Ladies and gentlemen, I am the MLW World Heavyweight Champion, Killer Chris.
And I'm Scarlett Bordeaux.
You're watching Ope-Eh three-way.
You heard the man. Oh, hey there, and welcome. Please, God. Oh, thank you. I dropped this one earlier to the Ope-Eh three-way parole wrestling podcast on this hour, episode 99, penultimate to a hundo. Brendan is always joined by my bud Pierce. Pierce?
And I have normal sound today, so
Yes.
we're good.
Yes.
So, and later I'll be on that side because it flips it. You forget that constantly. We are here. It's episode 99 in lieu of last week where we went an hour and a half, in lieu of next week where we expect to go just as long because it's big old 100. We're keeping it light and easy today. We're going to talk some Grand Slam Mexico and maybe some debuts that happened on NXT last night. It's not going to be a long episode, but it's going to be a fun episode. Before anything, of course, the Ope three-way is brought to you by the way of the main event, Wrestling Network. Make sure to subscribe to the network and everybody affiliated on the network. That's people like Sam's on Wrestling. That's people like OTM, Paperclip Mike, Pluggo. I could go on and on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go on and on for that because I need to talk about on this day.
You think you know me?
All right.
I actually got a pretty long one. It's the first time in a while I got a decent one. 1988, both Curt Hennig and Owen Hart would make their WWF debuts.
Wow.
Curt Hennig was under his real name, which is kind of rare in the WWF because he was mainly known as Mr. Perfect in the E. Owen Hart was under the Blue Blazer gimmick. 1992, we're going to go over to New Japan Pro Wrestling. I got a couple from New Japan today. Pretty excited about that. Masahiro Chono would defeat Rick Rude in the finals of the G1. And with that win, he would become the NWA heavyweight champion because a year before it was vacated because Ric Flair took the big gold belt with him onto WWF TV. It was the first time in that title's, I think at that time, 43-year history that it was vacant. So.
Wow. Did Chono say "fuck you" during the winning promo? I bet he did.
This was face Chono, so probably not.
Oh, so he wasn't saying he wasn't fucking nobody.
No, he didn't have cool biker jacket. He wasn't Frodo Baron Corbin.
Does Baron Corbin attribute his look to Masahiro Chono?
I don't know, but
that'd be hilarious if he did.
There is similarities. They both like jackets. They both wear glasses.
Haven't seen that
both
before.
Cool as hell. 2012, we'll jump ahead. Kazuchika Okada would defeat the Machine Gun Carl Anderson in the G1 Classics or G1 Finals. Okada, this would be Okada's first G1 win. I think his record 5. And he's the youngest ever winner at 24 years old.
Yeah, which was insane at the time. I remember watching the old 420 chant back when it was still a thing, watching streams, and that's how I got introduced to New Japan. Actually, was watching the rise of Okada, right before he became world champion, and watching Carl Anderson back, man. They were pretty high on him. I thought they were going to make him into their next Scott Norton, because he was the gaijin and he respected the culture of Japan, G1 dream come true type shit, and then. Something happened. He started wearing black and skulls and shit, and the rest is history.
2014. This is a pretty big one, especially with what happened last week. The man known at the time as Kevin Steen would sign with WWE, and it has now been 12 years. And of course, Kevin Steen will go on to become Kevin Owens, partially because his son's name is Owen, and partially because his favorite wrestler growing up was Owen Hart. And the rest is history. What a run.
Yeah, what an incredible run.
Back.
Thank God for
promos
that.
with CM Punk. Let's keep that fucking going.
Doing swanton bombs. They have 2 weeks to build that. Well, technically a week.
That's
Wednesday?
Gonna go,
week and a half.
That's going to go after that match, unless they fuck it up and have Sammy. I'm not gonna hate on a Sammy Kevin match right now, but like, give Kevin Owens the title. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't care.
this
Give
is
him the title.
this is the time. This is the time. Like someone said it too. Like we don't know, and Kevin even says it. We don't know how long this is gonna last. Like if he has to, what's the word? Retire. It's been a long day. If he's got to retire, I need to retire tomorrow, and like he will have gotten to do what he loves. Like he's gonna run this shit. It's kind of like a Darby Allin run, right? It's like run till the wheels
fall off.
He don't give a shit. He don't give a shit about no neck. He don't give a shit about no doctors. He should win the championship. And I'm all
Speaking of
for
men
that.
who don't give a shit about necks or doctors, well, people taking people to the doctor for things that he did to them, grievous bodily harm. It's time. It's Vader time, because he would wrestle his last match on this day, 2016. Do you know who that last match was against?
Will Ospreay.
It was. Do you know why?
That was a heater.
Do you know why that match came about? Do you remember?
Didn't Will Ospreay call Vader like a fat shit or something like that? He talked about how he is some old, washed up has-been.
I think it was something like that, but it was because Vader was shit talking him versus Ricochet from Best of the Super Juniors that year.
Oh yeah, yep.
When they did the choreographed flip switch.
Yeah, the little ballet spot.
Who cares? It was fun. Like it blew the internet up, and it put eyes on New Japan, and it put eyes on Will Ospreay when he was still
and
like
Ricochet.
Knew who he was, but that's the moment that people were like, oh shit, let's go with Will Ospreay. And then
AEW was born some years later, and they've never forgot that because they just want to keep doing.
Well, every time they have that match.
Well, yeah, every time they have the match, and then you've had numerous other contrived spots after that, like the one spot with Ricochet particularly, where him and Logan Paul timed a. It reminded me of that Simpsons episode where they were talking about how like the men in the Simpsons family have a chromosome that makes them stupid, and then the two guys with the pots on their head. Clunk, yeah. It reminded me of that when Logan Paul and Ricochet just went like, oh, boom. They fell on the ground and everyone's like, oh, holy shit. Like, brother, is this what passes for the entertainment of the sports variety nowadays? I was.
Are you going to say that wasn't entertaining? Because it was.
I wasn't entirely entertained.
I did not like the Logan Paul. Hey, let's go viral, bro. That pissed me off because I was just stupid.
Well, you knew it was going to happen, though. Like, that's exactly why they did it.
Them two just, like, that was a fucking noise.
It was so dumb, dude. It was just like, why would they do that? They could set up a ladder. I don't fucking... Why not? Because they could do anything else? I don't know. Besides just decide to be like, bro, look at me. Look at me. We're going to jump together, and we're going to just smack. We're both going to get hurt. But then all these people, all these marks will be like, and it happened. So I guess whatever.
Do that motion again.
What's wrong? Is it? Are you triggered? What happened?
Just don't do it.
Okay.
2019, Kota Ibushi would defeat Jay White to win his first G1. I believe he would go back to back.
Yeah, I think so.
Glad Jay White's back. Miss Kota Ibushi. But let's talk about. Should we talk about Grand Slam or should we talk about NXT real quick?
Well, I feel like Grand Slam, we could have got to Grand Slam last week when it was going on maybe, but we had a lot of SummerSlam to talk. So I feel like for the show that's now a week old and that I'm also currently watching on replay, maybe we could talk Grand Slam next though. We'll start there.
All right. So I did not get a chance to watch the show. I got the last two matches or last three. Except for the second half of the street fight that got cut out for me for whatever reason. But the Death Riders, Moxley, Yuta, Pac, Daniel Garcia would defeat Cage and Cope and the Young Bucks in an 18-man tag team match. That makes sense. I saw Adam Copeland attempt to do a 619. That was something.
It was I don't even know what to call it. And then Christian Cage did a flying headbutt and completely missed it. Mox no-sold the shit out of it. And then Matt had to hit him with a tough elbow. You heard like the thud in his chest. So, yeah, that was.
I would say that's the right winners. I've never been a fan of can they coexist, because it's either oh look at that they can and then they attack them after the match, or
Yeah.
no they can't. They didn't coexist, but the Death Rider should have won this match regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things too, and I can't remember who made the argument, but it's like when you talk about, to one of the later matches in the card, it talks about what do you trust more? Do you trust like big names with exclusive and like individual star power coming together to be a good team, or do you trust the guys who like ride together and form this cohesion over time? And it's like it's kind of like if you think about like the '96 Bulls as like a team versus like all stars, right? Like all stars where it's like they didn't travel together, they don't run plays together, they don't practice together, but they know how to do their own thing and it's really good.
Right.
So it's kind of like that. So yeah, the Death Riders, yes, obviously should have been the winners there, and I'm glad they took that.
For the number 1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet at All In, Andrade El Idolo defeats Tommaso Ciampa and Commander. That makes sense. Andrade's been on the run of his life. It's also, there's some stuff that happened after this match too that we need to talk about, but let's talk about the match. Right winner. A lot of fun. Like, that's all I got. I mean,
yeah,
it should be Andrade. Andrade's been on the run of his life since he's come back.
You can absolutely see the passion in Andrade when he's wrestling now, like, and especially now that he gets these opportunities to wrestle, you know, with CMLL and Arena Mexico. Like, it's just, it's really cool to see Andrade like feel passion for wrestling. And I thought he was gonna have some like weird shit happen with the second go around, because like everything just happened so fast, going from WWE to AEW, back to WWE, back to AEW, and then the fuckery involved with that. But Andrade is definitely earning his keep, and he's definitely putting himself over big time. I'm surprised they got "How You Know" on a shirt, and he actually made that his catchphrase. And it actually kind of is working now. Like, it's not ham-fisted. Like, he's actually working it into promos where it flows, and I appreciate that. Right? Yeah, and he's just like bilingual with it, and you know, after the match, yeah. You think I can't win the AEW World Championship? Tengo una pregunta.
Shout out to Tommaso Ciampa for being a menace to society, stealing his phone and taking a picture of his junk with said phone.
Yep, like, being an all-American heel.
That's the most fucking, like, that's like AEW in a nutshell for the sickos. Speaking of something, not just for the sickos, there's a lot of people that AEW have that kind of, you know, are known outside AEW, but there's one guy that they have that truly transcends AEW. And that is a man who is better than you. And you know it. Maxwell Jacob Friedman has returned. That's good. Him calling himself the real world champion, that's fucking weird. I
never heard that before.
Yeah, never happened in that company before, ever. Especially when Max was world champion at the time. Yeah, I don't get that. Him wanting to parade. I guess, like, the one thing about Max is that, like, as a heel, he's never been fucking delusional. Like, he's never been a delusional heel. He said, I'm going to do all this, and then he's proved that he could do all this. You know what I mean? Going to have the best Iron Man match, did it. Best Fatal 4-Way, did it. Best Dog Collar, did it. Like, he's gonna prove everybody wrong. He made himself best friends with Adam Cole, got himself organically over as a face, came back, became a fucking bastard. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll see tonight what's going on with it, but like, I don't know if I'm about it.
Yeah, I mean, it gives Max something to do. It gives him something to kind of, you know, jack his jaw about.
But all they needed to do was just put him in a match with Andrade. They could have just had that as a singles match at Wembley. They didn't need much else from that.
Right.
And they could I guess we'll see. And they could just put the national championship on the line for that. Like, not MJF and Andrade by extension are technically above that title, in my opinion. Yeah. If they were doing what they originally said and having people just defend it everywhere, then
Mhm.
like, yeah, let's go have Andrade cook in GCW. Let's go have him cook in Europe. Let's go have him cook everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
but since it's just kind of another mid card title for AEW to have, if
And
you're
they
gonna
defended
do
Ring
that,
of Honor. They do. And
You
I'm
could
sure
help
they
yourself,
defend it
could
in
you?
other companies as well. Well, no, it's the truth. That was fucking what's his nuts?
ROH
Dunkzilla's
is
last
by
defense.
extension part of AEW. That doesn't count.
It's a different company, brother. It's different branding.
It's owned by the
They might have
same man and is a part of the
Triple
umbrella.
A. Triple A is part of WWE. It's acquired by WWE, but nobody calls it WWE. You know, I'm just saying.
You just wanted to say ROH.
I'm
Donnie's
just
not here
saying that.
today, and he can't even. You didn't even wait till Donnie was back.
I'm
on another
just
episode.
saying that's where Dunkzilla's final title defense was before he went and lost to Andrade.
Anyway,
We're talking about like where they defend it.
Anyway, I would rather have that match than I'm fine with Andrade in the Gauntlet. I think the Casino Gauntlet is one of the best thing AEW does, for the most part. When they do the way they've done the last like 2 or 3 has been really good. The one from not Wembley, but Texas last year was way too long. But like, I'd rather just have that singles match. It's been building for 3 months. So, but I guess, fill up the Casino Gauntlet with a bunch of stars and have that show be a showcase. That's fine.
Yeah. This will be a big one.
Nightingale and the Brawling Birds defeat Mercedes Moné and the Divine Dominion. I think that's the wrong winners. I think that the heels should have won here going into Wembley, especially because assuming, and we'll talk about it when we get to our all-in preview show, I'm assuming the Brawling Birds win the titles at Wembley.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. I think you get something that happens to the Birds that kind of shakes the confidence a little bit prior to.
But
they
it could have like the
strong.
Divine Dominion could have just put them through tables. Like, big monsters. Like, they don't need. I think it would have made more sense for the heels to go over here. I'm not gonna discredit the faces winning. I love Willow Nightingale. She's the fucking best. I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more times. And the Brawling Birds have been quite fun since they've come together. But I think the heels probably should have won here.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point, but I don't think it necessarily diminishes the allure of the match, having the faces get a victory win here. And also, I believe it was Willow who pinned Mercedes, no? So, I mean, that's kind of, in a way, if you kind of telegraph that with typical pro wrestling booking, like, I think that kind of creates a little bit of like a question of like, well, Willow got a pin over Mercedes here, so like, when is Mercedes going to end up pinning Willow? So that's where
that makes sense.
I see it leading into. I mean, I think we all kind of assume correctly that Mercedes is probably going to take, and we could talk more about that as it comes. But
we'll get into that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Kyle Fletcher defeats Speedball. Hell yeah. That's what I have to say about that match. Just hell yeah.
Yeah, there was so many like really, really like 2.9999999 kickouts. And it was crazy.
One thing
like
I love about Kyle Fletcher matches is this one thing that he does. If he hits somebody with a finish and they kick out, he immediately tries to do it again. Like, it's not like
like you're supposed to
get them back up to their feet.
Oh my god!
Oh no, he just
not that bloviating. Yep, you got to go for the kill. Well, and Kyle Fletcher's been kind of, underneath all the peacocking and the pink, like he's been a killer since he's been trying to, gouge people with screwdrivers. But he's fucking amazing.
Man. He's been on,
fucking amazing.
Even with his injury break, which I think honestly helped him for when he came back and then shockingly beat Takeshita damn near very quickly. Like, I mean, sky's the limit. He's the future of AEW.
Absolutely.
Speedball rules. One thing I do want to say, Arena Mexico was fucking hot.
Yeah, they were jumping for this fucking match. They loved the hell out of
the
it.
entire show. The entire show, they were hot as hell. So,
but especially for this match. Yeah. Yeah, I love the surgence in lucha libre and the awareness of companies like AAA and CMLL that's coming more to the fore because they've been, I mean, CMLL's been around forever. Like AAA's been a mainstay but it's just kind of always flown under the radar for American fans. And then we had our obsession with Puro Resu for a little bit there, and then that went away, and now it's all about lucha libre, which
Hey,
fine by me.
I'm still a big Puro guy.
I am
I
too.
did,
I love
in
some.
fact, go to Bloodsport. So,
Mm.
and that's
Mhm,
just,
mhm,
it's Pancrase light to a point.
mhm.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
Mystico, Jericho, Darby Allin defeated the Chaos Family, Okada, Kevin Knight, Hechicero. Yeah, that makes sense.
the ending was kind of fucky though, I thought. I mean, you had the CMLL World Champion, and you had oh, who the hell else? Um, why am I blanking? Who did Jericho have in the Tamer? Was it
TNT champion.
no? That was no. Kevin Knight got pinned by because he Darby Allin was the only one not doing a submission. He just saw Kevin laying on the floor and went boom, and
As he does.
just covered him, as it'll happen, right? But oh, shit. And you just said the name too. Who did? So it was Hechicero, Kevin Knight, and Okada. Thank you. Yeah, he had Okada just chilling in a lion tamer while technically it was a walls. It wasn't a lion tamer. It should have been a lion tamer. It's been
The Lion Tamer. Some people can't take the Lion Tamer, and I don't think Okada is stretchy enough for that. Respectfully,
yeah, maybe not these days. I don't know. It was a funny finish.
Is before the match, you had another Proto Okada face-off.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get that match at all in, do you think? I think they should do it.
I think it's about time Okada parted from the family, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like it's a good thing that Don Callis was able to draw him some heat as a heel in America. I think Okada's got enough to stand on his own.
I disagree. I think you gotta get Fletcher out of there.
Oh.
Because
I mean, Fletcher is Callis's like clone, damn near. They got the aesthetic.
I think the end of the year World's End world title match is going to be Okada versus Ospreay. Because Ospreay's not having that title for super long. For him, it's about the chase. He's a world champ. It's always about the chase for the baby face. He's going to put on some fucking bangers. I think he's going to be a great champ. If he wins, we'll talk about it in 2 weeks. But it's got to be Okada to beat him. It has to be.
I mean, it could be Okada. It could be if they want to pull a fast one and put Jay White up in there because those two have a lot of history. I mean, he'd have to get past the dogs first, but I mean, they could build that too.
Bang.
I'd be all for it.
Switchblade.
But I think Okada should be building him to be the champ. I know this little tension between him and Fletcher is about who's the greatest international champ of all time, which I think that honor. I mean, Takeshita has a big,
Orange Cassidy still does exist.
Orange Cassidy has the record. His matches were not bad during that reign. His matches
were very good. He put on bangers weekly, damn near, with that title. For 300
days. The All Atlantic there. Yeah. I liked what Takeshita did with it. I'm really liking what Fletcher. I always love Fletcher with championships, man. Like he's been showing out. He showed out with TNT champ. He's showing out as international champ. At some point, I think, and Callis, will take him to the world championship.
Yeah.
I think it's Callis and Fletcher to stay for a bit. I think it's time we put Okada out of that box and we really try him as a standalone.
Is I think you do have Okada win at All In, and then you get after the match, even though it's super early for it, I think they'll bring back Proto Ishida, and then you get the big hug between the husbands. I think that happens at Wembley. That makes sense. It's been 3 months. It's not a long time, but they didn't really do. And then maybe you get a tag title run out of them in the future. That's going to happen. So,
yeah, I think that Yeah, I think in the future, I think we're going to be talking a lot more about Okada going after the world title without the family at his back. He doesn't need it. Fletcher needs Callis a little bit more. When I say a little bit more, I'd say moderately more than.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I think either option is fine.
Yeah.
Persephone defeats Chris Statlander by pinfall. I thought this was very fun.
Mhm.
I liked the finish, but I also disliked it because I would have preferred it if Chris Statlander was still the TNT champion, because then that's a huge match or TBS champion, because then it's a bigger match for All In.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, made sense.
Yeah, it was fine. It was a good. Glad that they're trying to recoup the losses with Persephone. Like, I mean, I still think she shouldn't have lost to Maya World the way she did, especially. And kudos to the commentary team for reminding everybody that Persephone was the one who beat Mercedes Moné for that CMLL Women's World Championship. Weird little shit happening there with Thunder Rosa. I didn't fully. That kind of like took the heat off for me.
She got hit. She got knocked the fuck out with that belt, though. That belt shot.
Yeah, she got
stiff.
It was an awkward setup, but the finish, boy, whoo!
Yeah, it was weird, and then it happened, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
It's like, okay, that's what they were going for. Mm-hmm. I understand.
Hangman Adam Page and Bro Dito with Kay Melito. I may have said that wrong. Defeated the Demand for the trios titles. I thought this match was very fun. I dislike the Demand losing the title so fast, but I think we can say that about every single trios champion besides the conglomeration.
Yeah.
But the trios titles don't really mean too much. So like having a thrown together, here's the thing. Brodito is like a established tag team at this point, and they're a very, very good tag team.
They have good chemistry.
Hangman's the fucking main character and is one of the most, maybe not most protected, but like he's one of the strongest booked people in the company.
Mm-hmm. Who's now on a crusade for every title outside of the AEW World title.
The Demand are the Demand. And that's not a bad thing.
They're pretty fucking freakish in each respective right. Like Ricochet is hella athletic. Fucking Bishop Khan is a beast. And then Toriona is, dude, it's absolutely insane how, like, they're all three of them are exceptionally talented. And that's why I hope they would have gotten a much better reign, especially with as long as they've kind of been working together. I get, because they're team fuck ice, right? Like, and it's like, I don't know. That's how I saw it. It's like, oh, what do these three guys have in common? Hangman is the main character.
This has nothing to do with it.
That's kind of what it is.
It popped the crowd. It
popped the crowd.
That is
all right. It did. I'm not saying it didn't.
Discuss politics here, and that has nothing to do with this title.
It's nothing to discuss. I'm just saying that's kind of like the commonality in some, but then also like you have Hangman as the main character. You have Brodito. Hangman's on his crusade for all the other titles, so it's like fine. But that said, I wish the Demand would have gotten a better reign. I get why they did it.
I agree for the most part, but like that pops a crowd. I don't think they're going to hold the titles long. Maybe you get a rematch at Wembley with some stipulation. Like, let's have some fun with it while they're going to be champs. Will Ospreay defeats Mark Davis in a street fight. Nobody was allowed at ringside. No interference. Hell yeah. Bloody as hell. That's how you do a street fight.
Yeah.
They didn't have street fight attire, but like, I don't think Will Ospreay can wrestle his style in jeans. So,
no, Flippy Will does not exist in jean form. I just saw Mark Davis take a massive bump on his ass on a chair trying to hurt Will. I think he hurt himself more on that spot. Man, talk about a bloody affair. And again, kudos on Will Ospreay for having these matches, having this little like. And this is what I like about pro wrestling a little bit, right? Like you have these little. Obviously, Will is after Kenny. Obviously, Will is chasing the title. He's the main event of All In, but he still has time to put over his boy Mark Davis and have just a psychotic match with him. And he's had these on and off with him.
And it was in the story. He said, I lost to Mark Davis recently. I need to get that win back before I beat Kenny. It made sense. So like,
it's a slaughterhouse, dude. This is a slaughterhouse. I'm watching this right now, and Davis looks like something out of like, he's got this like Bruiser Brody kind of look on him right now, where he's just like stuck pig like. And I said it before, I'll say it. Like Mark Davis, people talk about Fletcher from Aussie Open. I almost said Aussie Airborne. I'm thinking of the fucking Chris. But Mark Davis, man, like he has his own. Mark Davis has his own appeal. Mark Davis has his own niche for sure. And I really hope that you get like even a rivalry between the two, just to kind of show how far they both come. Even if like Davis were the one to dethrone Kyle at some point, I'd totally fucking be down for that.
No, Mark Davis has put in the work this year. He was originally just supposed to be in a tag team, and the tag team, Jake Doyle got hurt.
Yeah, Davis and Doyle ruled.
Just fucking Davis broke out of the chains and just went fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm appreciating, and I called the dude a slob. Like he looked kind of like Eddie Kingston slovenly a little bit, like he's not trying so hard to kind of stay in shape, but like dudes cut and dudes, put on size where it matters.
Donnie has his thoughts on Eddie Kingston, and last Saturday kind of proved Donnie's thoughts. That
brother,
match was sloppy and bad, and then he like shit his pants in that promo. Like Jesus Christ, like
yeah, Eddie Kingston, man, I don't know.
Eddie Kingston as a promo, and like he's had very good matches before. His matches with Moxley, his match with Punk, like
yeah,
him and Plunder, like the original Anarchy in the Arena, where he's bloody and there's mustard on his shirt and he's walking down one eye. He's got the gas can, like that visual is ingrained in my mind. But then you have
that was gnarly,
and it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
This man was a Triple Crown champion.
Prove you care.
Oh, brother. Yeah. Something else.
That does it for Grand Slam, and now we're going to go to NXT. The main event was Cruz Montana versus Grayson Waller for a shot at Heat Wave for the NXT title. And that match ended in a no contest because the main one, Zilla Fatu, debuted on NXT. I'm seeing a lot of discourse online for this, and people are saying he's this, that, and the other thing. I've met Zilla in person. He's the nicest fucking guy. I've seen him wrestle. He's really good in the ring. The Superman Samoan Spike is why he takes the Samoan Spike, which was his dad's thing and by extension Solo's thing, and he just added something to it, even if it's the Superman Punch or Roman. But adding that into the Spike, it makes it look cool. He hit those splashes. He hit looked more impactful than most of the USO splashes over the past 15 years.
Oh yeah, he wanted that shit, man. Zilla Fatu, and if you watch like his reels and stuff too, when you consider him as a promo, he's so good at just facials. Like his eyes are always open. He's like, he goes into like a grimace. He just like looks like shocked. He's smiling and smirking. Like he goes through all these different emotions in his promos, and they all fit. It's very, very natural for him, and that's why I think, man, like Zilla and NXT, like, and we were talking about this, like they need meat like that down in NXT for the men right now. Grayson Waller was 1,000% on point.
They needed a shot of adrenaline for the main event scene, and we thought it was going to be Naraku, and that's not the case.
Nope. And
then we thought maybe Mason Rook, but then he's been in the Cam Hendricks fucking vortex, and not one that. What the fuck, Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Man, looking at you. Fix that.
Hey, Cam Hendricks got to get over too, bud. He's got to catch up to Maxine and show that Austin Theory what's for.
Dude's just enjoying the fucking cuck chair right now, according to Mason. And I agree. But then you have Cruz Montana, and they changed his entrance a little bit, made it Def Rebel, but it's still got the, hey, yo, Montana was good. And I'm like, yep, that's all I need. And then he's already like one of the best promos on that roster. Grayson Waller, amazing promo. fucking shot of adrenaline there, shot of adrenaline from Cruz Montana, and then you get Zilla Fatu, which is a fucking shot of adrenaline straight to the veins.
That's a
where
can.
you have somebody that can bring the energy, who's pretty good in ring, who is a believable monster without being a monster. Like, he's not that big of a guy, but like
he's not huge.
When he's going, it's sky's the limit. And I'm glad they put him in NXT. Give him a year or two there, let him cook, and then bring him up to the main roster. Maybe don't go full bloodline with him, preferably.
They'll go full bloodline.
But like,
they'll do it.
Maybe run him and Jacob back as a tag team for a bit, because those two work really well as a tag team. So like, but I think him joining NXT, he joined NXT at the right time. He's been fucking grinding for 3+ years. And they could have brought him into WWE at any time, but them waiting to do it, I think, is the right choice.
Yeah, and mind you, he's exceptionally talented. Like, he's not been in pro wrestling for like that long compared to a lot of these other guys, especially compared to guys like Grayson
years maybe
and Cruz. Yeah, like a Sol Ruca kind of a span, right? So I think it's best that they run him through NXT, like you said, for maybe like a year. Give him like a little bit of a solo exposure. Like Solo Sikoa, I mean, and just let him tweak the little things, right? Like if there's any little missteps in his walk, or if there's any little like, a little stutter step in his talk, like just get that all polished up, because they're gonna shoot him to the top of the card. He's gonna be on Bloodline. Like, this shit ain't going no place anywhere time soon. As I stutter and stammer over that, but it's been
a long week.
Something's
we
gonna
talked
happen.
about it pre-show. Both of us are fucking dead at this point.
Something's gonna go down big with Zilla. Like, Jacob is very much like the now. They could put Zilla in there as almost kind of like a future model. Someone, if like Jacob, I'm sure will probably be, some sort of world champ. I mean, I have my own theories about Jacob in the bloodline, but we can talk about that.
I still think Jacob should have been in the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. The story was a 4-way, and then they split it up into 2 singles matches, which is fine. But then one of the singles matches was pretty good, and the other one was not so good because they muddied it. But like, I don't know. Let's have some fun with it. Zilla Fatu's in WWE. Hell yeah, Oos.
Yeah, one more overrated Oos, according to Grayson Waller. Donnie was right though. Grayson got fucking screwed. Grayson got screwed by another Samoan. When will it end? I mean, Grayson's writing checks with his mouth
kids.
too.
Jacob's got 7. Jimmy's got 2 or 3. Jay's got 1. Zilla's probably got a kid. Like,
yeah, I think he does.
Kishi's got 2 other sons.
Yeah, Tomoko and Jonathan, I think.
There's Jules.
Something like that.
Jules is Jay's son, I think, and then there's like still Tonga kid running. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot of Anawaii Fatus.
Yeah, they could pretty much just open their own fucking promotion at this point. That's probably what's going to be happening in the future. There's just going to be too many of these. They cannot dedicate that much payroll space to
just have Wednesday night Oos.
Lord. Yeah.
Well,
Turn it on.
About
Dynamite.
Does it for this episode of the Ope-Eh 3-Way Pro Wrestling Podcast. Brandon, before we go, what do we got going on next week?
Man, next week we got episode 100, and we wouldn't have gotten there without all you fine folks keeping us going. We wouldn't have got there without all the fine friends and folks that we met along the way. So we're going to be having a few friends and folks on to kind of to really thank them and just to kind of catch up. Like, this is a pretty chill podcast. I like to think we like to bring people in and be like, hey, come on, pull up a chair, pull up a stool, have a beer with us. And that's what we're going to be doing a little bit of next week. We're going to kind of be recapping all the good, bad, and the ugly. We're going to be shooting the shit with the boys and maybe some of the girls too. We'll see. It's just kind of going to be a nice little reflection of kind of where we've been and maybe a little prospect on where we're going. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. But for tonight, from the Ope-Eh 3-Way and everybody at the Main Event Wrestling Network, thanks for stopping in. Have a beer on us, and we will see you next time.